Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi with the music all too high. How's it going today? So, started season 21 in Destiny 2, and how have the changes affected my build? So, I'm with fellow YouTuber Sloth Moods. We're running a Lost Sector. It's a 1830 plus. I'm at 1801, I think, at this point. We've run it once, did it in 11 minutes and 43 seconds, and we're running it a second time to see if we can go a little bit faster. The other thing with the Lost Sector is I am farming mats so I can masterwork one of my exotic pieces, which takes 3 prisms, I think, or whatever it is, 3 shards, whatever it is, the maximum amount of them to do this. Those guys are behind a shield. Don't shoot at them, Ronan. I'm using Graviton Lance, and I'm using my glaive. And so this strand build, I have high melee. So I'm going to use that quite a bit. And then the idea is I'm going to keep proccing my grenades and my well. So that's what's going on in the gameplay. Still trying to, I read somewhere that they were going to change the grouping dynamics where they were going to level the people at lower power levels up. And that hasn't really happened yet, or I don't know how to enable it, or maybe I didn't read the internet correctly, which could very well be. But we're looking for more people in this season 21 to join us and do some raids and that kind of thing. And I was hoping to do a video where we could show you how we can help level you up, but unable to do that yet because every time I go in with like a 1600 or with a fresh character, we try to do this Lost Sector. Everything's immune because I'm too low. So whenever I figure that out, try to do a video where we can help people that are new to Destiny 2, maybe not new to gaming. And so when I'm coming from this perspective, a lot of the people have been playing Destiny 2. It's a community kind of like the Division. So it would be like if someone came into Division and they were looking at it with fresh eyes. You know, I might not understand their videos or whatever, but I've been playing the Division so long, those videos aren't for me. So this video is for people that maybe want to come to Destiny 2 that haven't played it before. So what's similar, what's different, how is it to level, and all those kind of things. So that's kind of the purpose of these videos. And a lot of times in the videos on my channel, I'm talking about anything but the gameplay at this point. You can only go over the gameplay so many times. The build theory crafting on Destiny 2 is, I believe, more robust than the Division 2 in that you have a myriad of things that you can do. And there's a lot of, well, I think that's the same. There's spreadsheets on the internet that kind of detail out what every weapon does. But really, you're talking about time to kill is an important metric, where in Destiny 2, there's spreadsheets that have that. I think there's more parsable information than in the Division. Please like, share, comment, hit the notifications, please. Trying to grow the channel some more. I play a bunch of different games. Trying to keep fresh. Of course, I love Division 2, but that's kind of a set community. I like Destiny 2. That's kind of a set community. I like Wildlands. I like Breakpoint. I like the Division 1. So I play a lot of different games. I like the genre, the loot shooter kind of games. The RPG part of it. And partly one of the reasons why I like RPG light kind of games is that besides me, for example, if you look at this game versus a game like World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft is a tab-based targeting game. So the combat is more based on the skills and the order of the skills I use on enemies. And in looter shooters, there is a component where you have to be good at aiming and shooting and sniping, etc. But you also are rewarded for playing over time. So it kind of does two things. One is your muscle memory gets better. That's enjoyable. And secondly, as you spend more time in the game, you get more things. So it doesn't feel like an empty kind of thing. And of course, you get perks. You get all those things you get in other things. So there's a vast number of things. And they even added fishing, which I doubt I'm going to try for a while. And kind of what has helped is I met Sloth Mood. I was doing videos over on YouTube. He was one of my first commenters, if not the first. And he's always been very supportive. He's a great person. So he's playing on an Xbox. I'm playing on a PC. We couldn't play the Division together. And so we kind of settled on Destiny 2 as a crossplay platform. And he's great at it. He does a lot of research. He's very helpful, nudges me along in the right direction. And it's been great. So we're just trying to get more people to be involved and go do things and make content and have fun. And so this Graviton Lance is a weapon I really like. It's probably, here's what's interesting about Destiny 2. You have a dump truck load of weapons and exotics. And a lot of them, I think, are situational. So on a map like this, if I have densely packed mobs, this Graviton Lance is great because when it kills one, it spawns like a bouncing grenade that targets and tracks people. And if you've watched any of my videos over on the Division 2, I'm all about AoE damage and kind of, farming or playing that way. Graviton Lance isn't exactly that, but it has some AoE, so I kind of like it. But if the mobs are spread out, it's not as effective as when they're tightly packed. All in all, I like the new season. I'm just doing kind of the first missions to unlock everything, and you go underwater. And the first time I went underwater, I died because you're going under tremendous pressure and you got to get these bubbles, but I didn't realize you had to get the bubbles because I'm not listening or reading anything. So I kind of like to discover all that kind of stuff by myself. So should you play Destiny 2? Yeah, it should be in your rotation of games. If you're looking for people to play with, please join Sloth and I. I will put Sloth's Discord down in the comments so you can join the Discord. And then we'd love to see you in Destiny 2. And if you play Destiny 2 already, we'd love to have you play also. But we're just doing this Lost Sector, farming some mats. And that's kind of the gameplay portion. Want to just tell you a quick thing. You have that new James Webb telescope that's kind of making observations that are kind of standing some of the existing theories on their head. And so that's always interesting to me, how we have a paradigm of this is how it is. There's a Big Bang and this is how it was. That's what I was taught when I was growing up. And an atom looked like the satellite, right? It was proton, neutron, and electron going around like the solar system. And they taught us that still. And quantum mechanics had been around 50 years when I was going to grade school. And that hadn't penetrated the school books. So I find it interesting that with the James Webb telescope, it's really laying bare all the assumptions that we had spouted as fact, as maybe that's not the fact. And so if that kind of ancillary stuff is in fact, I wonder how much of what we assume that we observe locally here in our part of the universe, maybe it doesn't extend to all parts of the universe. I'll talk about that later, but that's kind of going back to these ideas that we get an assumption, and I don't think it's the scientists that say that. I think it's the people reporting the scientists. I think if you talk to a scientist, they'd keep in mind that they're looking at such a tiny slice of the universe that it might not apply to the whole universe. And so talking about time and the size of the universe, we'll talk about that here in a future video because that's important. Thanks, YouTube. Appreciate you. Bye.